What's up, y'all? I'm gonna be moving soon. My shop, my place I love to hang out, my place I love to tell stories, it's not gonna be mine anymore, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. I'm gonna tell stories while I can. So, sorry, y'all. Here you go. I was talking with somebody tonight, and he mentioned when he quit drinking, okay? Not only do I remember when I quit drinking, I remember when I started. And I'm not talking about that time in high school when your older sister got you a whole bunch of bottles of booze and you got all drunk and threw up off that. No, I tried in high school drinking. It just didn't ever click with me. My friends loved it, but it never really did much for me. It wasn't until I'm 46 now, and I was 38-ish at the time, when we moved to Corpus. I took a position as operations manager. Didn't realize how stressful that was going to be. Up to this point in time, when I'm chasing pipelines, I would come home normally too exhausted to do anything. 16 hours of running your butt off, x-raying all day. You get to the hotel, you typically take a shower, eat, and go to sleep, and get up and do it again. When I had time to run, I'd ride my bike. Like when I was in Midland, I'd ride 10 miles a day, and I could come home and not have a single drop of sweat on me. That was my drug. That was, I can't wait to get off work because this is my ritual. I find that a lot of times with addicts, maybe just me, could be other people, but part of it's the ritual. Whatever the ritual is, smoking pot, drinking alcohol, riding your mountain bike, it is your fix. Right? Doesn't matter what it is. An addict is an addict, and you will know that. That's real. So, I tried to work out at the hotel room. Not in the room, but I went down to the exercise room. Hit on the recumbent for about 15, 20 minutes. I was pouring sweat. I was like, this is miserable. How can anyone live like this? I cannot believe I'm gonna live like this. Oh my God. So I quit working out. Job was really stressful, and sometimes, you know, as addicts do, they find a way to relieve that stress. And it all kind of happened because, and I'm not blaming this on him, it's 100% me. But my coworker asked me to come over. His wife was out of town. He asked another coworker to come over. We went over there, and we started drinking. Now, I didn't drink. So I went to the liquor store on the way over there. I was like, hey, lady, what's something that, you know, might be kind of considered like a female drink? I'm just saying it like that. I mean, just something, you know, like, you know. And she goes, you know, a lot of girls like that Tennessee whiskey, that Jack Daniel's honey. I was like, honey? I mean, have you ever tried it? She goes, yeah, it's really good. I was like, all right, I'll try it out. So I did. Went over there, hanging out with them, couple shots. Man, this stuff is smooth. Oh God, I liked it. And I got that up in the head. Shit. I remember going to, sorry, I'm going to split off for just a second because it is going to circle back around. In this operations position, I had to go out to Anadarko one time. Real early in the morning, I went out there, and I'm sitting in this Anadarko safety meeting, and they're talking about weed was being legalized, and that in Colorado, and they weren't going to stand for it, and that, you know, as long as it's federally illegal, they don't give a shit if you test positive for THC on their job. And the reason why is because these potheads, all they can think about is getting their next fix. And I'm sitting there, because at this point in time, I had started drinking a lot. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, shit, I'm thinking about my next drink right now. Like, it's like 8:30 in the morning, and I'm already thinking about, should I open this little shot bottle on the way home? Oh, man. But anyway, started out with Jack Daniel's honey. That was good. I liked it. it advanced rather quickly where I was like, oh, that's, pretty good stuff. My ritual started. Come home, take a couple of shots. Well, not home. Actually, it was the hotel at first. Come to the hotel. It took us a couple of months to find a house down here. Come to the hotel, pop, 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 couple shots. Feels good. Talk to April on the phone for a little bit. Go get something to eat. Come back. Pop, 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 till I went to sleep. Then I switched. So that was, what is that? 70 proof? And then I jumped up to Captain Morgan. It just didn't have quite the same sugar level as the Jack Daniel's honey. And it had a little bit more kick. And then I went to Captain Morgan 100 proof. It was the cheapest, decent, pow. I mean, just like, woo. I got into this habit. April has Bodhi. I remember being one night, man. Oh, April was in postpartum. I'm drunk. I'm holding Bodhi, and we are having a screaming match, and he is just an infant, and he is crying his eyes out. Oh, I can't even tell you what we're fighting about. I didn't realize this, but I was really close to losing my family because of alcohol. Now, I got to the point where I was drinking 2 handles a week. It's like probably about $70 of alcohol a week. Captain Morgan, 100 proof, 2 handles. I'll go to work drunk. I guarantee you, if I would have taken a breathalyzer any one of those mornings, God, I don't know how nobody didn't walk into my office, because I would keep my door closed a lot. How people didn't walk in there and go, you fucking stink. Because I could smell it just coming off my breath, and I hated it. Isn't that the most messed up part? I hated that I was being controlled by this shit. I say controlled by the shit, and the thing is, I put it on the alcohol, or I put it on the pills, or whatever. Now, Effexor was a whole different thing, but everything else, it's that addict mentality. They say it's genetic. Well, yeah, my grandmother was an addict from hell. But you know what? Some of us we just got it. That's not an excuse or reason to do stupid stuff. You just got to learn to be stronger than that demon is to you. I mean, April can drink. She can drink like, she'll have a glass of wine tonight. Won't have any more for another week. And I'm like, no. If it's all or nothing for me. That's all there is to it. It's all or nothing. Oh man, I know I was just an asshole to deal with. I wasn't that nice drunk. I wasn't that nice guy that everybody's like, he's so much fun to be around. I mean, none of us really know that guy. And if you're drunk, it's always okay if somebody else is that way. But so, remember I would be at work thinking about, when am I going to start drinking? That stuff is strong. I don't know how it's still legal, but there was a particular person that worked with me at the time that had worked with me previously, and we didn't get along very well at all. I really preferred never to see or speak to him again, and then we worked together again. And you know, some people just overuse exclamation points when they're telling you something in an email, and I'm like, you're yelling at me. You're yelling at me right now. Sometimes I can be overly petty, and you know, when you already don't like somebody, you're just like, that's all the reason I need to hate you today. October 2nd, 2019. I get so pissed off at this particular person. I get so pissed that when I went home, all I could think about, because when I got mad, it wasn't like it was at 4:54 and I'm about to walk out the door. No. It was like 1:06. And so now all I can think about is going home, and I'm going to hit that bottle, and I'm going to tell April about this. And I told her. Another fun fact, I dislocated my thumb that day. Yeah, that was fun. Stupid Jeff. But anyway, by the time I got home, I chose not to drink. Because I knew if I did, what I would do. No. Y'all need to understand something. I never laid a hand on April. As drunk and stupid as I got, I'm not a violent person. But I knew I would just sit there and ruin April's night by running my mouth about, we'll just call him Dick. I didn't want to do that. I remember walking in, and I did my ritual without drinking. I made certain movements that I would have normally made without drinking, just so my body kind of be like, all right, so right now we're supposed to be going over towards the sink and getting the shot glass and pour it in, and we're going to take like, you know, we're supposed to just take one, but we're going to at least take two, you know, and then in about 5 minutes, we're going to come over and maybe take a hit off the bottle and then off the shot glass and then go sit back down. And then in about 15 minutes, when it's like starting to go, we're going to go have some more. All night. I'd have to convince myself not to get up and go get more. Jesus, that stuff was strong. So for anybody who's fighting that, that's just as evil as all this other stuff, if not more, because it is everywhere. There's billboards up for it. Come drink me. I'm super smooth, ultra light. I don't make you fat. Bullshit, I'm a liar. I'm actually just trying to destroy your life and make you my slave. Yeah. Anyway. October 2nd was the last day that I had. It's not even the last day that, it was the first day that I didn't drink. October 1st was technically the last day that I ever take a drink. But October 2nd was when I started over. And it was probably about a month or so afterwards, because I wound up going up to Ennis, Texas, and hanging out with my buddies a couple of weekends later for a drag race. And I didn't drink. And I was so proud of myself. And I was losing weight, and I was starting to feel good. My mind was starting to function again. I didn't wake up on my way to work like, oh my God, my breath stinks. I hope I don't get pulled over. Totally different mindset. But that does not mean that my ritual wasn't just broken. So I came home and I worked out a lot. I worked out a lot, and I fought this constant feeling. And April once actually, she offered me, she goes, you know, I thought about offering you some of this, but you know, I mean, it's just one drink. And I was like, somebody like me, it's just there's no such thing. It's all of it or none of it. And that's just where we're going to leave it. For me, it's just a whole lot easier if it's just none of it, because then I don't have to control something, because I got that demon. If you got that demon, man, you know Jesus, you know. So we just keep them tucked aside. I'm jealous of those people that they can control that stuff. I can't. Man, alcohol that is. If I had one sip, like if it was Saturday, I always told myself 3 p.m. You will not drink before 3 p.m. And I'm telling you, 3:01, baby, because once that cracked that seal, all day, rest of the day, I will keep that way up here. Best thing I ever did was quit. Same person drove me to drinking, drove me to stop. Isn't that full circle? Not many people can say that. But I'm glad it happened. And I'm not one of those people, I don't do the whole, that happened for anything. No, there were reasons why it happened. There were a whole lot of damn reasons. It's just coincidental that it was that guy. You know, but anyway. If y'all ever need to talk about it, if you're stopping, thinking about quitting, I'm not going to ever tell anybody, hey, you need to stop drinking, because some of y'all have it under really good control. But some of y'all really need to quit. Probably most really need to quit. But, I mean, hey, I ain't here to judge. Some of y'all are fantastic with it. April is amazing how she can just be like, I'm just going to have a glass and not even finish it most times. Like, okay. You know, I cannot do that. So anyway, I could go on forever. It is like already 17 minutes long. I cannot believe I talked this long about alcohol. But it's real. Jesus, it's real. There's a lot of people. They got AA. I mean, I'm not that I'm, man, y'all who go to meetings, I'm just one of those stubborn people that I'm like, I will beat this by myself. It's just kind of how I've done things. And I've you know, we're at 4 years now, not one drop. I love it. Anyways, y'all have an awesome